So a couple days ago I made some fried mushrooms, and I made it using a combination of bell peppers, pine nuts, almond milk, plus I had some chard. So this created this green paste, and it's quite delicious even though it's kind of like mucky looking. Almost looks like a overripe avocado. So this time what we're doing is we're going to be using the ORTEGA Taco Kit, hard and soft. I'm only going to be using the hard, and we'll save the soft for another meal. So let's open it up. So what it was is I got 2 of these boxes for $8 at Sam's Club. And inside of it comes, in case if you've seen my other videos with the Grandy kit, then you know what to expect. Inside comes a taco sauce, which we won't be using, and seasoning that we also won't be using because it just doesn't lend itself to the vegan lifestyle. What it does have is what we'll be using is the hard tacos, and these soft tacos we're going to put in the fridge and use them at a later date. Okay, so once we get that done, now you're going to have to bake these in the oven about 350 degrees for 20 minutes. If you do that, it will actually make a huge difference in how they taste. This is much like the other video. We're also going to be using Light Life crumbles. These are just absolutely wonderful. And if you saw my other video, you already know that I really like these. What's special about them? They look like hamburger. They're not hamburger, but they taste wonderful. So what we're going to be doing that'll be on the bottom of the taco. Okay, what's going to be a little different is we will be cutting up a lot of these nice, beautiful, fresh cherry tomatoes and the fresh bell peppers, the charred leaves, so we have a beautiful topping on top. So come and watch how I would put this together. Welcome to Healthy Vegan Living! So first we're going to do is we're going to put this in a frying pan. Now you're not cooking this. This is a seasoned frying pan. And if you're curious about how to season your pans, go take a look at my videos on how to do that. Alright, then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this open. I'm going to cut about half of it. Just like that. We're going to pull that portion off, and believe me, that is more than enough. You'd think it. Now probably if you were doing an entire family, you would need to. Now what you want to do is you want those crumbles. So I'm separating, shredding the crumbles, and it's going to be all crumbly. Then I'll put it on the stove, but I won't turn on the heat till after everything is finished. Now all you're doing is you're warming this up, and this makes a really good lunch, dinner, whatever you want. It really works out well. It imitates what people used to see in the tacos, that taco meat. It can be used for multiple dishes, or when I'm in a hurry, or when I just want something easy going. I do lend myself to using this. I got this at Stater Brothers, and I believe I paid $5 for the package. Okay, now the next thing you do, now watch me put this over there on my stovetop. Okay, next we have to prepare the leaves. So we're going to use a bunch of these leaves, and I have this beautiful bouquet of leaves. And for this video I'm going to take the nicer ones. Like here's a nice one, and of course you see they've got holes in it. That's because the bugs do eat my plants, but you know, they have to eat too. It's important to have a world full of bugs, so what can you do, you know? So we're going to start with that many, and I'll show you how I take care of that. Now use yourself a cutting mat and cut out these long stems. Next is the tomatoes. Let's get something. Look at me at the oven. I'm turning on the bake cycle. It's already at 350 degrees because that's what I mostly cook at. I'm going to start it. That way we can start putting in the taco shells so that they're ready. Right, once that's starting, I'm going to get a pan and we're going to put parchment paper on it real quick because it takes 20 minutes. I use this parchment paper. I buy it at Sam's Club and I buy a huge roll of it. I've had this over a year. I roughly measure it. I don't know how those chefs on TV do it. They cut it perfectly. Mine is never that way. Probably because I'm not patient. Okay, then we're going to take our taco shells from here. We're going to leave the cardboard box out. I'm just going to put them like that. Okay, we're going to go into the oven for 20 minutes. We're going to set the oven, so watch me do that. So first I'm going to set the microwave timer. So let me put them in the oven. Okay, so what we have here is we have cut bell peppers in strips, and I found last time that if they were too large, they would just slide out. And I also diced the tomatoes, and we have the chard that's all ready to go. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to wait for the oven to come together, and I'll show you how I assemble. Now I set the timer for 20 minutes, so what I'm going to do is just when it gets close to 10 minutes, then I'll start this going, and these will be nice and hot and ready to go. So first put it on high, stick it on top, let it warm up. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this green sauce that I made, we're going to put some of it in there. And then, it doesn't have much flavor, but what it does have is an amazing amount of nutrients. Just going to mix it up. Now where do we get the flavor from? There's a lot of ways. You can use herbs. Sometimes I just like to take a shortcut and I use paste chunky salsa. This is medium heat. And I'm not shy. I like this product. I use it a lot. I'm going to mix it all together. See, it's already hot, so we can lower the heat to low while the oven is finishing up with the tacos shells. And now it's got that delicious sauce on top. It also has the flavor. Alright, so this one's ready. So we're going to turn this off, and in 3 minutes it'll be time to serve everything up. And I can show you meanwhile what I've done. Alright, let's face it, we can't have the same thing, otherwise it would be boring. So these are pumpkin seeds, green bell peppers, tomatoes, and these are chard. Then we'll have the green sauce over it, and then we'll also have what's cooking on the stove in the frying pan, the crumbles. So we're just going to wait a few minutes and assemble it for you. Alright, so we've just put the shells out, so remember to turn off your oven. See, nothing over here. It's going to cool down naturally now. Take a oven mitt, grab your shells that just came out of the oven, and then take them and put them on top. And they're nice and cooked and nice and warm. Put this in a safe place. Turn off your stove top. Is what you're going to be doing next is using the meat, and you're going to put it on the first layer of your taco shells. So we'll put it on here, and then we'll just grab some of the crumbles, and you can scoop quite a lot of the crumbles on there. Last time I made this, I was able to make 2 dinners with this. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, you saw that. Good. Alright, the next step, take your pan and put it back on the stove. because it's hot and you don't want anybody to get burnt. Now if you were at home, what you'd be doing is you'd have a large counter, and on your countertop you would show all of this so that people can help themselves, because some people like different things. Now that you got the crumbles in there, what you can do is you can put in, for example, the bell peppers. Put a couple in each of them. I mean, that's why I diced them so small. And what's cool about it is whatever is left over, it goes in my salad, so it's not a loss. And then you could put in, for example, the tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes. And you could use real tomatoes, it's just that we wanted to use this because it's more aesthetic pleasing. Okay, and you can put in the ribbon chard on the top like this. See how that looks? Okay. And if you like, you could even use the thicker chard. And then these are pumpkin seeds. You can put some pumpkin seeds in. These are salted pumpkin seeds. See? So it makes it a very nice meal. And then you can use some of your green sauce. Kind of tie it all in. And if you want more of a bite, and I do, as you probably know if you watch my videos, you can put in some more salsa on the top. So that's what it's going to look like. Try this out. I think you'll find it to be a delicious and exciting meal. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next videos.
If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.